Hey everyone, Blade Ninja 009, and this is my 14th review on the channel, and that is of Maoyu. I'm sorry for the lamp, by the way. I know it's my lamp's, by the way, in a lot of videos, and it lights up. That's because I'm filming this in a really dark area, so I kind of need the lamp on. So I forgive that. But anyways, Maoyu is the best example of an anime with so much potential and utterly, utterly fails at every point. A lot of people are going to say Mayu is very similar to Spice and Wolf. And if you've never seen Spice and Wolf, I plan on reviewing that one day. I'll tell you right now, I'm probably going to give it an A+, because I consider Spice and Wolf a great, great series. Mayu tries to be like Spice and Wolf and doesn't even come close. The main concept of Mayu is our hero, who, by the way, is called Hero. Every character in the show is called after whatever their moniker is. Like the main enemy is called the Dark Lord, I believe, and lo and behold, that's her name. And our hero, though, ends up trying to, go to the final encounter. He's trying to beat the final boss, and she's actually a beautiful woman who claims that she doesn't want to kill anyone. What she wants to do is change the world. She wants to make a peaceful world, and it becomes an anime that seems like it has potential to be something great, falling flat within the first episode like that. I kid you not, this show annoys me so much. It was a struggle for me to watch all 12 episodes. The biggest problem with it, right off the bat, and by the way, unlike most of my reviews, you're gonna hear me rant about this one because I really have a lot to say on it. My biggest problem with this one is the plot itself. There are huge, huge time skips. I mean, astronomically huge, where you have one episode and then another episode going 5-10 years later, 6 months later, 3 years later. It's astronomical why they would do this, why they thought that was a good idea, and that stuff happens and it just happens. Oh, our characters fall in love more 3 years later, 6 months later, she develops this. It's baffling what they do with the show. The characters all very, very generic. I get the whole name concept being generic. I get that kind of as a joke to Japanese RPGs or even Western RPGs. I get that. But it falls into this really annoying category where our hero acts very heroic all the time. He's not very smart. He just acts heroic. That's funny if it was done better, but in the show it's not done that well. It has it where there's a love triangle in the show, and yet it's okay. It's actually fine with the two girls who like the main character. They actually spend the night with them together, and it's very weird. It doesn't make sense when it actually happens. It just happens. Overall, Mayu does everything what I think anime should not do. It does it. It has huge plot skips. It has characters that just fall into the wayside. There are 3 characters in this series that have very little purpose, but yet are introduced in the very first episode, meaning that they were important. They just have no purpose later on. They just show up and that's it. It's done. And I honestly, I hate when anime already does that, but I hate more that it just does this in the show already with so many issues. This show, I kid you not, is boggled down by issues. I know it sounds like I'm ranting and raving. I am ranting and raving, and it is a bad show. I tell you to avoid this. If you can, avoid this. It does not get an F. Like I said before, I'm never getting a show F, because honest to God, I think the work that animators do for this and the amount of talent that they show, even if something falls on the wayside, does not mean to belittle what they do, because it's like American TV. American TV has some great shows that are just okay. They come out that they had a lot of work and a lot of time and effort put into them, but they end up coming out either okay or mediocre. It happens. Mayu comes out very bad. It happens. It has good art. That's what keeps it from being a complete F. It has some good art. Even that is very, 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 very possibly not even a strong point, because the art at times goes from very strong to very weak to very generic. Don't expect any fighting in this anime. There's no fighting in it. There's only like 2 or 3 fight scenes in the whole 12 episodes of this. It's a show that I keep saying bad things about, because honestly all I could say is bad things, but I can't say anything really that great. The voice acting is okay in Japanese dub wise. But that's about it. That's all I can say. Bottom line, if I had to give this an A through an F, D minus. It comes that close to being an F. I keep doing that. It's on the precipice of being an F. But again, this is still a show that had work put into it. You could tell that someone had their heart set on doing something with this. That it came out bad. It happens, you know. Like my reviews, for example, probably have one or two that are horrible, if not 6 or 7 of them. But any type of work, no matter what it is, will have its high notes and its low notes. You know, so I know I'm sounding very harsh on this. I know I'm almost sounding hypocritical. I don't want you to buy the show, but if you can watch it via streaming services, watch it like that. But otherwise, don't buy it. You'll probably regret it. I'll be honest with you. But anyways, guys, until our next review, until our paths cross again, have a good one.